Okay, continue. Just wanted to zoom up.
After I read that one, a certain someone recommended I get myself tested, despite the fact that I am not really a sexual deviant. I am not a pervert who's turned on by the sight of hot dogs. And also, that twisted character in my twisted letter was simply a creation of my twisted imagination. Dang, Oscar's getting more laughs tonight. Yeah.
Keep it going, Cameron.
Okay.
Work the crowd.
Now, believe it or not, there have been times when I went further than that. There was this one time when I did a journal. Max. Good thing you're here, man. Okay. There was this one time when we had to do journals where we had to write from the perspective of a person who had a feeling in him, like an emotion. I chose to do mine from the perspective of a horny person. And a horny person who wanted to have sexual intercourse with a garden hose. Of course, some people were not able to fully grasp that concept, though, and McGregor won't let me explain it. Okay. And I also like to write a lot about necrophilia, and of course, we cannot forget this one, that lovable, feminine, bearded, creative writing student, Max. We all love our feminine, bearded friend Max, who looks like a poor, helpless puppy whenever he gets sad. Poor Max. We all love you, and you are irreplaceable to us.
Aww.
In fact, Max, if I was you, I would consider myself the luckiest person alive, because not only would I have the benefit of having a thick beard, a fan club, and of course the ability to be anything, just because I would be Max. By the way, Max, you are also the sexiest girl I've ever seen. Unlike Oscar, who lives in a garbage can outside of Chandra's house, where she would sometimes throw away some leftover food so that poor Oscar wouldn't starve to death. So, Chandra, I do recommend that you do put some scissors in the trash so that Oscar can finally get that haircut he so desperately needs.
Ooh.
Oscar, if you want to stop living up to your name by living in a garbage can, you need to get a job, deadbeat. Seriously, Oscar, I recommend that you model yourself after me. Then again, I would think twice before modeling myself after Max, because look at him. He does look somewhat like a caveman. Now, Max is not a caveman because the two act totally differently, but if Max started grunting all the time and acting like Alex, that would make him a caveman. Some people have actually criticized me for making fun of caveman. In fact, I remember a few weeks ago, right in this classroom, a caveman walked up and did a slam condemning it, saying that cavemen were superior to me. It's impossible. A caveman can't be superior to me. I find her superior to George W. Bush, but not me.
Topical.
Oh, well, after all, that criticism did come from a feminine caveman. Speaking of Alex, Speaking of Alex, he and his friend Arian are also fairly twisted. After all, it was Arian who came up with the concept of floating brown stuff in his short story. Don't know why he came up with that, but his twisted mind is something to be admired. Oh yeah, we all love the good old circle of feces, especially me, because after all, I wrote a lot about feces in our Choose Your Own Adventure, from feces camouflage, feces parties, throwing feces, feces fights, selling feces for gas money, surgically removing feces from a corpse, and of course, McGregor's favorite, eating feces. McGregor found eating feces so disturbing that it was censored. Yes, that is right. Mr. McGregor does censor me. Some people take my twistiness and think that it means I am sick in the head. Well, they're not experiencing my full twistiness, so I'm way beyond that apparently. And besides, I'm not really sick in the head. I'm just simply a misunderstood person who writes down disturbing things that would sometimes make someone's stomach churn. And besides, it's actually kind of funny whenever McGregor comes across something that's written by one of us that disturbs him, because he will just pause and smile like he's trying to hold back a laugh. But if that's enough to disturb him, he better brace himself, because this is the same generation that will be running the country one day. McGregor is going to have an infusion of fear when in the future he reads that I became President of the United States.
Dun, dun, dun.
And of course, I will make Max my Vice President. Oh yeah, we all love Max. Sometimes I actually wonder what goes on inside of Max's head. Whenever I'm in a bad situation and I need advice, I wonder, what would Max do? Like, if I spilled soda all over the carpet, I would think, what would Max do? Well, I think that he would take his beard, rub it up against the carpet to soak it all up. And if I was eating at a fancy restaurant and I found I could not afford the bill, what would Max do? Well, it's simple. He'll use his feminine charm on the waiter and have the bill torn up while promising the waiter to make it the best night of his life. And, of course, if I was stuck in a position of that person who ate at Taco Cabana, but it went straight for him and he forgot to pull down his underwear and pooped in them, I would think, what would Max do? Well, I think that Max will use his beard to make a new pair of underpants, and then he'll invite me, Fantea, Chandra, Oscar, and Meredith to a feces party. Yeah, Max throws the best feces parties. Max throws the best species parties, but whatever you do, I'd probably stay away from the food there, because one time Oscar, he thought he was eating a bowl of chocolate ice cream.
Whoa! But
when he realized what he was really eating, he spat out the feces all over poor Max. Me, Chandra, Meredith, and Fantea were all laughing. Oscar was still puking out feces. And Max, he just ran out of the bathroom stall crying. Then Oscar, of course, had to run after him to comfort him. And then I saw the cutest thing. Oscar promised Max he'll make it up to him by making prom night the best night of his life. Max and Oscar are the cutest couple I've ever seen. That's it.
All right.